tools and amused from beyond. Even if it went beautifully wrong, it was tangible truth for a youth to refuse to belong. No name nuisance, who's in a bedroom, who's in a brand new cuneiform. Barely commune with the horde, got a whole grayscale ungluing his world. Might zone amp to the yap of a magpie. Unseen hand dragging his graphite. Cross contour, little bit of backlight. Black ink after a Bristol to baptize. You can imagine a rush that ensue when you get 3 dimensions stuffed in a 2. Then it's off to a school where it's all you get to. Being trained and observed by a capable few. Back in New York by peeps and a dog in a 2-bedroom doing menial jobs. Plus rhyming and stealing and being a clod. Distractions, freedom, a rod. I left some years of giving a light. I left some will the spirit away. I let my fears materialize. I let my skills deteriorate. Horn about a thought of what I should have been. Continuing a mission that was rooted in a 20-year affinity and rickety condition with an ID crisis. Shapes falling out of the fringe. All heart though we would have made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. And now we're colors pouring out of the fringe. All heart though we would have made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Used to paint. Hard to admit that I used to paint. Natural light on a human face. Stenciled fire in his roommate's face. It was bloom and addiction. A miss and a push and a pigment. Book like a tattooed pigskin look. Pinhead kids in a minute. Drank Kool-Aid from a tube of acrylic. And I grew up in a linseed oil or a linen. Joy to the poison. Voice to the resin. Capture a map of a gesture. Back up, add a little accurate fat to the figure. Redo that, move that inward. Zinc white lightning shoots from his fingers. Studio strewn with illusion and tinctures. Stay tuned for the spooky adventures. You can imagine the stars that align when a forearm starts foreshortening right, or a torso hung on a warping spine in proportion. Reads as warm and alive. Routine day with a dirt cheap brush. Then a week goes by and it goes untouched. Then 2, then 3, then a month, and the rest of your life to beat yourself up. I left some seasons eager to fall. I left some work to bury alive. I let my means of being dissolved. I let my person curl up and die. Eating up his innards and unfeasible anxiety is brutally committed to relinquishing his privacy, aligning with the trials of the anti-Midas. Snap on the back lawn, look up in the sky, it's shapes falling out of the fringe. All heart though we would have made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. And now we're colors pouring out of the fringe. All heart though we would have made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your
everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on. There's going to be 2 quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's the Saints going up against the Lions. With that, let's get you out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 9 matchup.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL sends us to the state of Michigan as we are inside Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and the Detroit Lions. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
Back to throw here. He'll buy some time right. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. And the starting crew defensively for Detroit.
When Bobby Wagner's career is said and done, people are going to look back and say he was an absolute steal in the NFL draft. A Pro Bowl player for any team.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So it'll be first down here after the run. Now back to throw. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he's brought down. 12 yards on the pickup. And that leads to a New Orleans first down. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Caught right side, it's Snead. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long. 3rd and 15 to be exact. Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And they're definitely showing blitz here. They come up in an offset eye. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here.
That was a good, strong run there. While it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
Let's go! Flex round! Flex round!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
One of the toughest things for an offensive lineman to learn is the ability to get in space and hit people who are moving targets. And linebackers are not easy ones to hit because they know how to move, juke, and make you miss. And that's exactly what he did on that play. A nice play for the defense. Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw.
Ohio! 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 Ohio!
They'll look to throw here. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. They try the corner route there, Charles, and it works to perfection.
Boy, that's hard on a defensive back because if you get any faker move to the inside, you have to respect it, and then the receiver breaks back to the sideline.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Here we go! Brand 38! Brand 38! Ohio! Here we go! What?
Back to throw now on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
That was not a completion that results in a highlight video. But at the same time, if you have those kind of completions all game long, eventually one of them might turn into a highlight.
Three yards remaining here on second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 2, now third down. So the Lions go backwards there, and unfortunately that's something they saw a lot in 2015. They had the fewest rushing yards of any team in the NFL.
And it's one of those dubious titles that no one really wants to claim. Even teams who say, well, don't worry about running it because we throw it all the time. Being able to run it when you want to is a key to success in the NFL, and Detroit struggled doing that.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a third down here. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Now a play fake here on first down. Trying to lay one up deep. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Brandon Cooks, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point attempt here still to come. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Second down now after the pass completion.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio! Let's go! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
He's quite an eyeful, isn't he? Big, strong, physical guy. When he came out of school and when I looked at my draft board, I went back through my notes to see how I had him rated. The number 2 back on my board coming out of college. Why? As I mentioned, big, strong, powerful guy, faster than you would think, and has the ability to catch the football out of the backfield, something that we didn't know he truly possessed. We saw that in the offseason workouts. Now he's putting his running ability to good use in the NFL.
A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
They go play action here on first down. Looking left side, and it's complete. A good pickup there at 22. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. His throw caught right around the 6. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this one's incomplete. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
Let's go now. Look at set. 3-19. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. There we go now. Check. Green 39. Watch it now. Barney.
They come out here in the eye.
Here we go now.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Set.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. Give him 8 yards. There's still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down at about the length of the football. And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And time for us to take a break here in the booth. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
Hurry up. Here we go. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Hurry up. Here we go. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. No. Check. Patriot. Watch it now. Barney. Here we go now. Green.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. Second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
On play action, they'll throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They'll look to throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion, because it always feels good when you slow down in offense.
And this seemingly endless drive continues.
Here we go now. All right, now look at 56. Detroit. Let's go.
And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves them a few inches short here on 4th down. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. And his kick here is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they kick it through to take the lead. There is a little bit of time left, though, here in the second quarter.
And while they're concerned about not giving up a big return or giving up points themselves going into the half, how good do they feel, though, putting points on the board themselves right near the end of the first half?
And Detroit getting set to go now. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll come out in the pistol. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
A big gain there on third and long. 34 yards.
Well, partner, that's one of the problems when you sell out to stop the run on third and short. Sometimes you break that initial wall and you go a long way.
So how do you prevent it?
That's tough to do. That really is tough to do. And one of the things offenses like to do nowadays in practice, you know, they do a lot of working against equal numbers.
Touchdown, Detroit. Their dangerous wide receiver. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Now after the touchdown, Drew Kaiser to boot it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Throw complete right side to Cooks. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And Cooks has it over the middle. Brandon Cooks, the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Brandon Cooks with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Saints have retaken the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead. And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. And Detroit getting set to go now. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do. But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board. Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive? We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. Again, we'll see the pistol here.
Flex round.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Rivera's got it. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there. Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. They're going to look to throw. Complete, the tight end Rivera. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one? The tight end, but not there. Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle? So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more. And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive. And we'll see if they can do just that. And to give this time to the tailback. And a cut. He's got daylight. He's at the 30. 10, 5, touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards. And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive. I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game. Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right? Minimizing those
and maximizing opportunities. When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
No, he doesn't have it. Maybe some alligator arms there going over the middle. Third down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion.
Let's go. What?
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was third and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but
rush coming, and he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. Let's see if they can convert here on 3rd and 3.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the second time.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Lions will take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he will find his way forward to about the 23-yard line. So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. They go play action here on first down. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
All right, here, no. Check. Patriot. Gone. Detroit. Gone. Detroit. 39.
And they'll run it here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the fourth. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. A great read, and it's picked off. So out now come the Lions. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Another pistol look here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A good pick up there at 20 yards.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Black round, Ohio. Let's go. 190.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those three guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
They'll set up to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Shift together here from the D-line. And they'll go on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable, usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Here's Drew Kaiser now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Don't want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, Clock on their side. Instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
Now back to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there. And the Saints are going to get a first down. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a lion that's shaken up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down and inches. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll look to throw. This is caught. It's Cooks. Touchdown, New Orleans. Brandon Cooks with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll set up a throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Here we go.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on third.
Hurry up, here we go. Green.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. And this looks to probably be the final play. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never